Hello everyone, today I'm here to film a tag video. Today I'm filming the Tbr Book Tag, and I actually saw this video on Books and Lala's channel, which I adore, by the way. It's my new favorite booktuber, so if you want to check her out, please do, because she is amazing. And I love talking about my TBR pile, as depressing it may be, because it's stacking up quite a lot. I still thought this would be an interesting video to talk about because there's different questions involving your TBR pile. I'll leave the original creator down below, and I will also leave Books and Lala's video down below as well. The first question is, how do you keep track of your TBR pile? Mine's pretty simple. Like I said, it's growing, but it's not like insane. I keep it all right here. You can barely see it, but this whole shelf is designed for my TBR pile, and it stops like right about here, so that's good. I think of the whole shelf, so I keep all right there. But there are some, like I want to say maybe 5 TBR books that I have on my very, very top shelf because they are very, very tall, so it's kind of mismatched, I guess. But for the majority, my TBR pile is right up there. Is your TBR mostly print or ebook? Print. I only get ebooks. I don't ever really get ebooks now, honestly. So yeah, mostly print. I'd say like 99% print. How do you determine which book from your TBR to read next? Honestly, new releases. New releases get read first because I just want to read new releases first, and I want to be sure to review them relatively within the release date, so, you know, people's interests are sparked and, you know, things like that. So new releases first. Honestly, a mood reader, so whatever strikes my fancy when I'm feeling it, honestly. I guess that's how I determine is by new releases and whatever I'm feeling like I'm in the mood for, honestly. It's a cliche answer, but that's honestly how I am. A book that's been in your TBR list for the longest. That's interesting. I am pretty good at keeping TBR books. Like, if they're on my shelf for over a year, either I have to read them now or they're gone. Obviously, they've been on my shelf for a year, so there's obviously no rush to get to it, so let's see. For this one, I think my one that's been on there for the longest. Oh, I'm just feeling not sure about this. It's Replica by Lauren Oliver. I think I've had this for like a year now, or close to a year. I want to say I got sent this early. I want to say I got sent this around June or July, so it's been almost a year, and I still have not read it. So I obviously need to remedy that, and I do plan to read this in June, so yeah, this one's been on my shelf for the longest. A book that's recently been added to your TBR. As of right now, the one that has just got sent to me that is recently, that is Queens of Geek by Jen Wild. It came out, I want to say, a couple months ago, so Swim Reed sent this to me, or actually I requested it, if I'm honest with you, because the cover, number one, hello. Number two, it really sounds cute. It's like 2 different love stories, so it's almost like 2 short stories, if you will. And yeah, this is one that's most recently been added to my TBR pile. Like I said, it is ever growing, as you can clearly see. A book on your TBR pile strictly because of its beautiful cover. Oh, this is a good one. I want to say Close Enough to You by Colleen Oakley. Again, this was sent to me, but I requested this because as soon as I saw the cover, I was like, I need you in my life right now. This is a beautiful cover. And even on the inside, it's got bicycles. It's perfect. So yeah, I am interested in this book, I'm not gonna lie to you. I didn't, like, the first thing that drew me in was the cover, so that's why I'm gonna say this one for this question. A book on your TBR that you never plan on reading. Ooh, that's a good one. That's a good one. It's interesting. Okay, this one is not 100% for sure if I'm never gonna read it, but I don't think it's gonna be read anytime soon, if I'm honest with you. If I bought it because everyone loves it, everyone just can't stop talking about it, and you might had to have it. Whether I'll read it or not is a good question. And that is The Book Thief by Marcus Zusak. I know, throw all your stones at me. I still have not read this yet. I want to read it. I just don't know when I'm going to read it. Number one, it's a hunk of a book. Number two, this is probably going to emotionally drain me, so I have to be ready for that. And I'm never ready for that sometimes. So, yeah, it's still up in the air if I'm going to read this or not. I know it's so bad. The next question is an unpublished book on your TBR that you're excited for. For this one, I'm going to have to say, I'm going to think of the nearest one is, I'm going to give you 2. I'm going to give you Because You Love to Hate Me. These are short stories about villains, and they're all by certain authors and booktubers as well, so of course I am really excited for that because I want to support all my friends. It's out in July, and the other one also comes out in July, and that is Lucky in Love by Casey West, because I love Casey West books. They're just those beautiful contemporary books that I just can't get enough of. A book on your TBR that basically everyone's read but you. We could go with The Book Thief again because everyone's read that but me, but I'll do something different. So I'm going to go with The Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern. Everyone has read this. Everyone has loved this. I plan to read this very, very soon, hopefully in June. It's kind of big, so we'll see. But yeah, everyone's read this. I have not, obviously. A book on your TBR that everyone recommends to you. everyone I just talked about, really. So I'm gonna go with The Upside of Unrequited by Becky Albertalli. Everyone has been talking about this book. I'm so mad that I have not read this yet, but May is crazy month. It's got a lot of book releases. I plan to read this in June. 3 of the books I've talked about today I plan to read on June. Hold me to that, people. Hold me to it. Like, remind me in my June TBR. Hopefully I'll remind myself. But yeah, everyone talks about this book and how much it's amazing, and a lot of people said I would love it, so yeah. I definitely want to read this soon. Everyone loves it. A book on your TBR that you are dying to read. Very, very easy question. That is Once and For All by Sarah Dessa. This comes out in June, so I plan to read this at the very beginning of June, probably at the very end of May, just because I want to read it as close as the publication date as possible, because I want to be sure to put up my review by the publication date. And I don't want to read it now and be like, go buy this book, and it's not out yet. So that's not fair to you guys. So yeah, I am dying to read this book. Like, I want to read it right now. And the last question on this tag is, how many books are on your TBR shelf? Let's count, shall we? So overall, I have 50 books on my TBR shelf, which is a lot for me personally. I know a lot of people have 100 or 200. For me, if it gets over 30, I get overwhelmed. So yeah, I'm overwhelmed. But I will say, I'd say half of them, if not more, are contemporary books, which is a good thing for me, because if you don't know me already, I love contemporary books and I can read those like nobody's business. So like I've said before, I kind of stockpile contemporary books on my TBR shelf for a rainy day. And obviously, it has come to that rainy day because I have a plethora of them and they need to be read ASAP. So I can imagine this going tremendously down over the summer months because, number one, I love to read contemporary during the summer. 2, there's not too many new releases in the summer months that I'm eagerly anticipating. So that means I can pull from my TBR shelf, which is a good thing. I'm excited to get to the books on my TBR shelf. Like, it's a lot right now. I'm kind of daunted, but I'm also kind of excited. So that was the TBR book tag. If you're interested in doing this tag, I highly recommend that you do it. It keeps your TBR in check, you know? If that makes any sense. If you like this tag, be sure to give it a thumbs up and hit subscribe to see 3 bookish videos from me every single week. I will see you in my next video. Bye.